and we're currently on a march about homelessness and housing issues in Victoria. Jessica, where's your stance on this issue?
I think it's an emergency, really. And I think Rob pretty much covered the issues. I wanted to give you a couple of personal examples of how this affects people. I was out door knocking the other day, and one of the people in my riding is a small business owner who lost her business in the downtown core because people just wouldn't come anymore. And it's such a false economy for us to not take care of this. And I see a direct connection between Gordon Campbell downloading responsibility for all these issues onto the municipalities without downloading any money. And really, what we need is Carol James government, because Carol James will say, yes, this is a provincial responsibility. We're going to stand up, we're going to be grown-up people, and we're going to deal with it. Instead of, oh, well, you know, it's a municipal issue, oh. That's a cop-out. And we are tired of Gordon Campbell copping out on this issue. We're planning to take action about it. It's not rocket science. If you want people to stop being homeless, then you have to help them have somewhere to live. Simple.
And what do you feel are some solutions if you were going to become part of the government? What do you think are some solutions?
Well, I agree with the solutions that Rob spoke about, and particularly I'm supportive of cooperative housing. I think it does an incredible job of helping people become self-sufficient. It also mixes people of various incomes, and that's a good thing for everybody. Everybody learns from that, a community is built. I lived in co-op housing in Vancouver for years, and it was about taking care of each other. So much social support, so much safety net was simply a byproduct of the fact that we were all sharing responsibility for the co-op. So I really like co-op housing. And I think it's also about the provincial government saying to the federal government, come on, we need to get back to where we were. We had a national housing budget. Let's get on with it.
So you'd say that probably Vancouver and Victoria have the highest problems with housing, with the current homelessness rate and housing issue. Why is Victoria so much more susceptible to this issue?
Because we lack rental housing stock, very much so, and because the cost of living is very high here. My house, I moved here in 2000, my house has tripled in value since I moved here. So a lot of it is that old question of whether you were lucky enough to find housing when it was still affordable. And now, with demographics the way they are, we're definitely in a demographic gridlock here. The real estate is in such high demand. We need to, again, be practical, common sense, address this and deal with it. You know, I see an assignment of blame on the part of the Campbell government that is simply unfair. We know now that hospital support workers who were really betrayed by this government and by Campbell when he came in, we know that 30% of them now are holding 2 full-time jobs just to make ends meet. They get paid so little. So one of the things we also need to do is raise the minimum wage. There's just statistically, there'll be a certain number more people who'll be able to afford their housing.
All right. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Matthias.